Welcome to EW's Around the Table. See what we did there? On If.
Let me do that again. He's not going to use that.
Sorry, let's go again, guys.
Welcome to EW's Around the Table on If.
Kaylee?
What?
Give him one.
Come on.
Welcome
Right down the barrel.
Welcome to
It'll be me.
EW's.
Okay, so we'll use it.
All right.
Welcome to Ooze.
What would your if be based on your personality? It would dance, for sure. Your if would dance. I feel like it would be in the dolphin category of personality.
Cheating.
I think there would be sparkles,
Dog.
Wow.
right? Maybe a mermaid tail, but probably not
You're
because that
li-
hurts. That
you're-
hurts the dancing. That hurts
Tell
the
me you
dancing.
wrote and directed the film without telling me you wrote and directed the film, John Krasinski.
I wrote and directed the film.
Really? I know what your if is like.
What is my if? Oh,
You want me to tell the story?
Sure.
Do you know the story?
You have to start the story for me to
Okay,
know the
John's
story.
if is named Sam Brace
Oh.
because he wanted braces when he was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it
And
turned
then-
out that was a bad decision.
Because they hurt.
Yeah.
Because I would know
Yeah,
because
terrible.
I've had them 3 times. He used to go to the video store.
Yeah, she didn't know what a video store was.
Yes, I did. He's lying. No, I've never been to a video
How
store.
about the
It's okay.
Laserdisc outlet?
We
About to
had
open one.
Redbox.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Redbox. So
There you
it's
go,
like
rent a
it's like a
movie.
vending
Netflix.
machine.
Yeah. Those
Yeah.
are like where Netflix comes.
And if you don't return it, you pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also Blockbuster.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, they used to go to the video store and they would act out movies together.
it's true.
And you didn't know what a scary movie was, so you chose werewolves, and I drew them, and he told me they looked like ants.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. And by the way, a journalist last week goes, "Oh, so did Sam Brace direct this movie?" And I went,
Oh my
God.
I was like, I think he did.
Wow.
Yeah, true story.
Good God, Sam Brace. Like, I mean, 2 name imaginary friends, which
Yeah.
you don't see too often.
I was an odd kid.
Wow.
Still am.
What is that? What the hell was the question? That was an amazing.
Oh, I guess I was supposed to make one up for you.
No, but you know my imaginary.
I know.
Yeah, so you know the truth.
Yeah.
I know I'd have a clone. I'd love a clone.
Just exactly
See
you.
you again.
Send him in. Go, do it. I'll just stay home with the kids.
Oh wow! And then if
Go
anything
off.
went
That's
wrong,
a great
just,
idea.
oh my God, that
Emergency
would be great.
harvestable organs.
Yes.
I can just abuse the vessel and just, hey, let's go.
Let's do it again.
Give me the lever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Sam Brace is going to be my new favorite anonymous hotel name.
Do it. Oh my God. Perfect.
Hi.
Well, looky.
She is the perfect fit, I promise.
Did she even see you?
She was about to.
What are you doing? Don't do this. No. I think it's generous to say that I had anything to do with the architecture of this actual story, film, and world that this genius
That's
has
very
created.
sweet.
But seeing a live, I mean, that was one of the earliest conversations. Was let's see if we could.
Yeah, that was
do
his
live-
line, and I passed out as
A
soon as he
live
said it.
action Pixar film, which is what you pitched me. I mean, that's basically what you came out of your mouth in my kitchen, which made
Yeah.
me cry and immediately sign on for 1/10 of my fee, which is a weird thing for him to get involved with. But yeah,
And we did it right there in the
yeah, they
kitchen.
did it right there. Yeah, signed it with blood. He beat the out of me on the set with the puppet. Like I was getting smacked around. Up in
Cosmo.
my face. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I'll
Cosmo.
never forget
Poke a
it.
dagger.
The hall. It never gets old. I'll never forget the hall when you throw him. And he threw him.
I will never forget
He
that.
threw him.
Oh yeah.
Because
and
I think
he
at
flew.
that point you were very upset at the doll, and so you went, "Whatever, man," and you
Yeah.
threw
And
it.
it's in the movie.
It's in the movie.
Rage.
Yeah.
I want to
It's just-
live in that hallway though. That was the most magical
Oh.
It
hallway.
was so good. I would open a door and it would be like space, and then I would open a door and it's a castle. And
Yeah.
I would open a door, it's
It's a dragon.
forest.
Like
Yeah.
I just
It's
insane.
just
Utterly
a
insane.
bakery.
Getting to your point, though, my favorite text in this movie, he wrote me that day after doing the hallway with Cosmo, and he said, "I love what a menace you are as Cosmo."
Yeah. Oh my God. Such a menace.
Perfect word.
It was a perfect word.
Genuine menace.
It is.
If you could have any actor be your if, what would it be, Kaylee?
That-
Sam Rockwell.
Ah.
Ooh, that's
I was
a good
gonna
one.
say Steve.
Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve is
I would.
the
He's
greatest.
just the best.
Yeah.
I'm blue.
But you're purple.
My kid. Well, he was colorblind.
I think Steve
Yeah.
Carrell
Yeah, it
is so
has to
close
be.
to blue because he's so. Everyone kind of equates him with funny, but the man has also done some dark, deep, beautiful, emotional
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
I think he's so. I don't know. Just even sitting next to him in interviews, I feel lucky. Like I just adore this guy.
It's true. When I was writing Blue, I was writing it for Steve, as Steve, and Steve had no idea if he was going to say yes. And I wrote it because yes, he's very funny, but it is true. He's so heartfelt and sweet and very vulnerable. He's willing to open himself up, and that's why I think the whole blue scene might be my favorite scene in the movie.
I know, for a character that is so large and so purple, he is so much humanity. Like, I mean, it's so much humanity. And also, Steve has genuinely, I don't think voice acting gets enough credit because he's creating microfacial expressions with his voice, and it's pretty amazing. It's a pretty wild sight to see.
There's a moment where we were editing where I had Steve at the end of it. He was laughing, and he just kept laughing as Blue, and he was like, "Yeah, let me do another one." He just started laughing, and I was crying laughing, having him just laugh on microphone. He's just brilliant.
It's like the impossible.
When you're pulling him out of the cart, that's where I used all that laughter.
And the woo!
Yeah, he was so good.
That's what bloopers always kill, because like watching people genuinely laugh is like so contagious. Honestly.
Or in the real movie, because she's laughing at you in interviews for real.
I can find anyone, anywhere. You got him enough. Thanks for doing this. Don't look him in the eye. Which one? Yeah, that's gonna grow right back.
There's one where you're fully laughing and you hide your face.
I'm like this a lot of the time.
I always like leaving those in though. In some movies, I love it.
Well, I don't think we got any without them.
You leave
so
a little,
they have to go in.
You love when I compliment you.
No, it makes me cry.
This girl is not an actress. She is she's a magician. What she pulled off is not just a performance. I think that what you did is you represent every single person in the audience. Because if you're a kid, you want to be you because you get to hang out with the imaginary friends. But if you're an adult, you're the invite to go back. Yeah. Because you're going through this question of whether or not I should grow up, and I think we should all be asking whether or not we should grow up every day. So I watching her genuinely not only brought my script to life, but I thought of my girls and I went, oh my God, they are represented on film by this incredibly emotional, beautiful performance by a superstar.
I
was talking about Ryan, sorry.
Right.
That's me. I'll get you a couple 8x10 glossies later. I'll sign those for you. I want to say one thing too about that, which is that as I've gotten older, and I'm getting older, that how important it is and how, like, I never take that for granted having a co-star who's reliable, who just shows up and is just giving it, you know? And you just, every single take you did and every single take you would do was just something a little bit different and a little unexpected, and just kept these sequences so alive. And I just like, oh man, I don't take that for granted.
Here's an Easter egg Ryan will love. In the scene where I'm in the hospital bed and she's giving me the speech, I needed VFX to swap my eyes because I was crying.
You were sobbing. You're such a softie, Krasinski.
Literally, those are fake eyeballs put on later because this was just boring.
And then I would look at him crying, and then I would
with
cry.
my eyes closed.
But his emotion, his emotional state is one of my favorite things. In all the years I've known this guy, his ability to find that very, very human moment in that threshold and just bravely walk over the edge and let himself feel all of those things. It's like anti-masculine energy I grew up with. I'm the youngest of 4 boys in my family, and like, you'd be stabbed if you cried like that.
No,
but it's nice to see because it invites other
day.
people to do it.
Oh my, you
because
did.
It was so.
I'm a crier.
Yeah. Me too.
Love it. I gotta put actual like crushed menthol into my eyeballs. I pull them out like Big League Chew, and I shove it down and I wrap it down close. And
my God. That's not true, because in that scene between the two of you, boy, did he those tears.
Yeah,
those tears came.
He cracked my.
Nuh-uh.
I said we're gonna do one more take. I won't say what the note was, but I came in and I said we're gonna do one more, and he went, oh boy, and he came in and he was looking up at you, and it was just like.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know
I'm
that?
so sorry.
You get me good.
Oh, when he looks directly in your eyeballs and he's looking at you.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the whole.
It's the best.
It's so good.
I wish I didn't keep burping in it, so you couldn't use it. Something different in the film that surprised us with the animation. Like, we had an expectation that it might be one thing, but it looked totally different.
I got to nerd out because I got to see it in stages, and so when they brought someone like Slime to life who was crying, and Keegan-Michael Key was so good, and he was so brilliant, and then they said, he's not right, and I said, I don't know, he looks pretty good, and they said, no, the sun should be able to come through him better, and then they showed me, and I was like, oh my God, it was just so much fun to see that.
That's a bit of a nerd detail, but like I'm in the middle of my Deadpool edit right now, and when a visual effects thing comes back, and you've been staring at like something that has not been finished for months, and it suddenly comes back, you just sob. You're like, I can't believe this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
It's totally true.
And it's real. And I imagine every single one of those ifs once they came back with that photoreal feeling like they're living, breathing things that jumped out of your brain.
No, it was.
It's got
Yeah, that's crazy.
I will say the thing that blew my face off was when, no pun intended, is when the final Blue behind Bobby came in, and he walked up behind Bobby. I was like, I couldn't process.
Bobby Moynihan in this movie.
Oh my God,
He's so
murderer.
perfect.
So
this
good.
is the Oscar campaign for Bobby Moynihan.
It
Yes.
is.
It started
should be,
right
though.
here.
No,
Yes.
he really
He's unbelievable.
He was so good.
How'd it go? Oh my God.
I always love it when you can find an actor who has been around for a long time and done a lot of different projects and work, and then they do something and they're suddenly revelatory. Like that's what I felt like with Bobby. It's like, oh wow, you were born to play something like this. Like,
Yeah.
just,
But again, I think he embodies adults in a way that adults don't feel that they're allowed to say, which is, I'm really scared. And I'm scared for this job interview, and I don't know that if I'm good enough and all that. And he does it in one scene.
Blue. Happy place. Oh, coffee and croissants. Coffee and croissants.
my kids are my happy place for sure. Like I mean, I know that's a corny thing to say, but like I will do it. He knows this too. He does it too. I will leave set at the end of the day, the last shot of the movie. I will get in a car and drive home in my wardrobe, full wardrobe. Yeah. I don't care if I'm covered in blood. I don't care if I'm covered in clown makeup. I will. Yeah, straight home to the kids.
It's exactly true. I agree. It sounds corny, but you've met them. Every single day on this movie or any movie or whatever, you go home, and as soon as the dance party starts, as soon as the tea party starts, or if you get really lucky, they do your makeup and they're bunching your hair in hair ties and stuff. That's it. Happy place. And everything else disappears.
You go over to his house and he's got like scaffolding on him, and all the kids are just like playing away. And they take it all down, and he looks like a turn of the century flamenco dancer. With like a very heavy 5 o'clock
none of this
shadow.
is me. None of this is me.
No.
This usually falls off by this
right.
late in the day.
Yeah, right.
My kids have never stopped dance class since being on
That's
set,
true.
watching Cailey do that. My daughter James is like, she's in advanced tap now.
No way.
Yes, just because of Cailey.
Did you know that scene? Oh, you did because you read the script. That scene was supposed to be If's dancing for Cailey.
Yeah.
And then Mandy Moore texted me, who did the choreography, and she said, "You're going to want to see this." And I saw this video of you crushing the choreography, and I said, "When did she do this?" And she said, 37 seconds ago. And so the whole scene became about you dancing because that was just transformative. Mm-hmm. But I also loved how happy you were up there. You were nervous.
That was the best day of my. That's what I love though. Like at home, I love being on stage.
But you watch
I
these
love
like
being on
old.
I love being on stage.
But all
No,
those
no, no.
old masters like Ginger Rogers and Gene Kelly
Oh,
and Fred,
I
like,
agree.
the joy they have when they're doing that. That's what you have. when
It's
you're doing
like
that.
I don't know. I feel like a different person on stage. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. But
It makes
does.
total sense.
Yeah.
A total sense. And I also thought that I loved watching professional dancers looking at you in the middle going, wait,
What the? I know, right? Completely like threatened.
it was unbelievable.
No, it was. We were just talking about that. How we had to do a shot with just me and the Knights.
And then we did a pickup of just the Knights dancing by themselves, and we all
Oh my
clapped.
God.
I will
can't
say, the
believe
last
they
thing I'll say
didn't-
about that.
They didn't die.
I know.
It's so
I
hot.
know.
And
I
they're wearing
know. I was
chainmail.
hot. I had a suit on, but then they had all the
But watching your mom that day that we were shooting,
cried.
she came up and she goes, "This is her dream." And I said, "Oh, that's so nice." And she went, "No, her dream is literally to dance in a movie, and it's happening now." And I was like, "Goodbye,
Wow.
everybody."
Yeah. No.
Goodbye.
It was very.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
She wasn't.
Dream dispenser. That's a
And
good title.
you-
Should be called
Literally.
director. Dream John Krasinski.
Yeah, I'm a dream dispenser.
Mhm.
Dream dispenser.
And I'm retiring today. Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
I'm
Thanks
a
for
vending
coming.
machine of joy.